I was once again invited to something that was going to slip under my radar, but I like racing movies. I'm familiar with Emile Hirsch. Hell yeah, let's do it. Then the intro plays between Speed's childhood and the first race, and I'm like, hold on, I'll do a little short on this, a little TikTok. And then by like 40 minutes in, let me put it this way. I know we have some hard hitters that have yet to come out this year, but Speed Racer would easily be a top 5 favorite if it was a new release.
I seriously knew minimal about speed racers besides unironically calling people a speed racer when moving too fast. For the unaware or repeat viewer of mine, the movie is about the Racer family, specifically the second son named Speed, as he learns the racing world is corrupted by corporations and aims to make a change. Speed is fueled by the death of his older brother Rex, who was a pillar of his childhood and a huge inspiration to be a race car driver.
Speed Racer is full of heart and is a movie that places family at its core. It's very easy to notice if you even connect 2 dots together. The dialogue in this movie is just fantastic. You have Pops, played by John Goodman, where he's referencing his life and categorizing that his marriage to his best friend
is one of the most important things in his life. Mom Racer, what a name, tells Speed that when he races, she's not mad, she's not disapproving, but that
I feel like I'm watching someone paint or make music. I go to the races to watch you make art.
I think you get it. Speed Racer has made me miss F1 as 2 races were canceled, made me want to rewatch the movie, and I'm just so glad I came to see this. What Speed Racer has over the real life are the freaking visuals of it, the absurdity of which we can't do in reality.
Oh my god, the opening does not shy away from what is in store later on. This hits my excitability like, run it back, run it back.
Alright, I need to talk about this movie in a more linear path. No character within the main cast is tossed to the side. You've got Trixie, Speed's love interest since childhood, who's always at their house. She actually races for a brief period of time, like I did not expect that at all. You've also got Sparky, Speed's friend, mechanic, and his guy in the chair during races, like a race engineer. And last but not least, they're a pair. One does not exist without the other. 𝙈𝙆𝘾 and 𝙎𝙀𝘾, who doesn't love a chimpanzee in a movie? They're comic relief, which, depending on your preference, they might be a little bit disruptive in the pacing of the movie, but I will say, Pauly Litt gives a performance of a kid that's not seen too often these days. 𝙈𝙆𝘾 is youthful fun.
And thankfully, I don't mind him. Though Speed Racer is about speed, he is, more often than not, surrounded by his family. We'll put a pin on this because towards the end of the first act, we finally meet the antagonist, a face to the corrupted corporations and the precedence that guides this movie away from being a racing your way to the top montage. Although I wouldn't have minded that. Royalton, played by Roger Allam, is such a good villain, and Roger did such a great job. He had me convinced in the beginning that he wasn't like all the other big shots because he played charming. He played a good listener. Allam's monologue about the racing industry is perfection.
That's what racing is about. It has nothing to do with cars or drivers. All that matters is power and the unassailable might of money.
He literally means business and knows what he's talking about.
Alright, you've probably seen Speed Racer and know all of this, so why am I making this video?
What could be different than any other?
Well, obviously this was my first time seeing it, and I just want to share my excitement and my passion and talk about the movie through my voice.
Besides the coolness of this movie and all the hype parts, the best part of this movie is the one I've left out thus far. Rex and Racer X, Speed's older brother who seemingly passed away. He is the foundation of this movie.
I had a feeling he was who he was. And then he did the face reveal. And I was like, okay. But then later on, I'm like, nah, that's his brother, man. He just has some sort of facial reconstruction going on. Then they actually showed a procedure, which was funny. I was already thinking that. I keep coming back to this theme of camaraderie. It was impactful in Project Hail Mary, and it shines here as well.
It begins when Rex takes Speed to the Thunderhead track and shows him the ropes of driving and what it means to be one with the car. His role model, his cool older brother, lives through him, so we are treated to Speed taking the track's big leap on his own.
Another charming quality about the opening sequence is that we see Kid Speed in the stands watching Rex race, then we see 𝙈𝙆𝘾 in the stands watching Speed race. It's a nice quality that I didn't latch onto at first. I want to branch away from the brothers for just a moment to say that I think the romance in this movie is underrated. Underrated, as in I have seen nobody talk about it in my admittedly short time obsessing over the movie.
When Trixie and Speed first meet, the environment is a sight for sore eyes. It's an outdoor scene with minimal CG, and the colors are so saturated I want to compare it to Technicolor. The romantic music that's cued in completes the package. And I'm talking out of my ass here, gives me tones of The Parent Trap from 1961.
There used to be a picture of her at Daddy's desk. What do you do with her picture? It's my mother.
Same with their later scene when the two of them are discussing Speed's recent success. Their voices are soft, the music is enchanting. It's like they're
Terrible, Mr. Super Famous Race Car.
stranded at the drive-in.
Stranded at the drive-in. Maybe we should practice. Brandon, a fool.
Maybe I'm not entirely talking out of my ass. Maybe I'm opening your eyes to this. It's so adorable and I just freaking love it. Anywho, the montage of Rex's descent is crucial in understanding what happened to him and how the family coped with the aftermath, and why his record is worth keeping alive. The story progresses through Speed's win, Royalton's offer, the introduction of 𝙎𝙀𝙁𝙁𝙀𝙁 and Racer X, followed by Casa Cristo, where we'll finally pick our discussion back up.
While it is a short-lived venture and they don't necessarily interact with 𝙎𝙀𝙁𝙁 after, their victory felt like such a rush. I was rooting for them after their first loss, and being attacked plus Speed's loss at Fuji, there was something to be happy for. Hell, I wish there were more interactions between the three, cause why not? And both 𝙎𝙀𝙁𝙁 and Speed had individual moments of telling Racer X that they made a good team together.
Ignoring the fact that 𝙎𝙀𝙁𝙁 didn't fulfill his promise, he seemed proud of his sister and was happy Speed won, and also testified at the end. I feel there's layers to this character, and the fallout gave us this scene. I'm a sucker for a brother bond. X shows his face as Jack from Lost and leaves Speed with these words.
It doesn't matter if racing never changes. What matters is if we let racing change us. Every one of us has to find a reason to do this. You don't climb into a T180 to be a driver. You do it because you're driven.
Speed attempts to leave home after, like how Rex succeeded in at the beginning, but interestingly enough, there's another moment in the movie that was recreated with Speed and 𝙈𝙁𝙁, but it was cut out. I found this in the script by accident, trying to kill time. It happens after X saves 𝙎𝙀𝙁𝙁, and it depicts 𝙈𝙁𝙁 being bullied for his association with a chimpanzee. Speed picks him up from school and tries to console him a bit. Bullies come and go, but a family can torture you forever. But no joke, you just say the word, little brother, and we got your back, right, Chim Chim?
I've taken way too long writing this video, and I wouldn't have found that segment without these delays. I would have liked to see that parallel on screen as just another cherry on top. We don't see 𝙈𝙁𝙁 and Speed alone on screen, except for this moment.
What you doing?
What's it look like?
Where are you going?
I don't know. I just gotta get away from here. What?
Can we come with you?
I started by saying Speed Racer is full of heart. I did a bit of light research, and what surprised me was that Sparky is Speed's best friend. It felt like he kind of just shows up, whereas Trixie at least had an introduction.
With this context, the emotions don't begin when Speed crashes, but with their shared moment before the Grand Prix. Another one-off, one-on-one.
Right. I want to say thank you for what could be the most exciting moment of my whole life.
Couldn't have gotten here without you.
Endings are critical to me. I think the end of Speed Racer feels a bit rushed at the podium, but damn it, you know what it's really about. You could say,
He's flying.
I said, oh my god, he's going Super Saiyan God, channeling everybody through him. Everything has led up to this moment. While we sat entertained watching this story,
Moments were being captured, memories were being created, seeds of inspiration were being planted, mics were being dropped. In true anime fashion, epic music washes over the scenes. Beautiful visuals drown our eyes.
and just for a moment, the finale becomes more than a race. It's a reignition of passion, redemption.
Be a driver. You do it because you're driven.
Racing hasn't changed and it never will.
I would have loved if X revealed himself to his family, but what he says about the possibility of his actions being a mistake?
If I did, it's a mistake I have to live with.
Sometimes the best ending isn't the happiest one, but one you'll remember forever.
From when the movie begins with a fancy geometrical Warner Bros. Logo and the transition between Speed tapping his foot in the present and past, to the replicated scenes of Rex and Speed leaving home and the finale where everything over the past 2 hours comes together.
Can the wine glass drop scene get some love? The truck fight. The little details such as 𝙎𝙀𝙁𝙀𝙁𝙍𝙀𝙁 montages of other teams being paid off to destroy the main three. Speed Racer has some wonky CGI, but the magnitude of the epicness of when it isn't obliterates the downside. I'm tucking this away as a new personal favorite and will cherish this era. And that's all from me today. If you had fun, tickle that like button and consider subscribing. I'm here weekly talking about media and try to be more personality based rather than critical. Love what you like, my friends. Protect your energy and get that weak shit off my track.